you ever felt like you've been rescued from a bad situation, only to find yourself in a completely different kind of struggle? That's the heart of the story of the Wilderness Redemption. It's about a people taken out of slavery in Egypt, but now needing the slave mentality to be taken out of them. Their journey from the Red Sea to the Promised Land wasn't just a trip. It was a 40-year school of transformation, designed to forge a group of former slaves into a holy nation. Imagine this: the incredible high of walking through the parted Red Sea, seeing your enemies washed away. The celebration must have been epic. But just 3 days later, under the scorching desert sun, the euphoria vanished. They were desperately thirsty. When they finally found water at a place called Marah, it was bitter and undrinkable. Immediately, the people forgot the miracle they had just witnessed and turned on their leader, Moses. But God had a plan. He showed Moses a piece of wood to throw into the water, and instantly, it became sweet. This was the first lesson in the wilderness. God provides for the body to earn the trust of the soul. He promised, "If you will obey me completely, I will not punish you with any of the diseases that I brought on the Egyptians. I am the Lord, the one who heals you." As they ventured deeper into the desert, the next crisis hit. Hunger. Their stomachs rumbled, and their memories got distorted. Suddenly, they started romanticizing their slavery in Egypt, claiming they sat by pots of meat and ate all the food they wanted. In fear, they actually preferred the security of bondage to the uncertainty of freedom. God's response wasn't anger, it was grace. He sent them bread from heaven, a mysterious substance called manna that appeared on the ground every morning like frost. The rules were simple: gather only what you need for today. No hoarding. This was a daily exercise in faith, teaching them to depend completely on God for their daily bread. Redemption meant learning to live one day at a time, trusting in divine provision. The journey reached its peak at the foot of Mount Sinai. The mountain was shrouded in smoke and fire because God himself had descended upon it. Here, the relationship was formalized. God made a covenant with his people, giving them the 10 Commandments through Moses' moral and spiritual heartbeat for their new society. The first commandment set the tone: "I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt. Worship no God but me." But while Moses was on the mountain receiving the law, the people had a massive spiritual meltdown. They built a golden calf to worship, falling right back into the idol worship they knew from Egypt. The entire project of redemption was on the brink of collapse. Moses had to plead for their lives, and God, in his incredible mercy, agreed to continue the journey with them. Even after their failure, God still wanted to live among his people. So, he commanded them to build a tabernacle, a beautiful, portable tent of worship that would be placed right in the center of their camp. When it was finished, the very glory of the Lord filled it. A cloud of God's presence hovered over the tabernacle, becoming their divine GPS. When the cloud moved, they moved. When it stayed, they stayed. It was a constant, visible reminder that God was with them, leading them every step of the way, day and night. But why did it take 40 years? Because the generation that left Egypt was still trapped by a slave's mindset. They were crippled by fear, unable to trust God to conquer the giants in the Promised Land. So, they were destined to wander until a new generation, one born and raised in freedom, tested by the desert, was ready to take possession of the land. The wilderness wasn't a pointless punishment. It was a long, slow refining process. It stripped away their idols, tested their desires, and taught them that life is about more than just physical survival. By the end of this journey, they were no longer a disorganized mob of experts. They were a disciplined community, organized around the presence of God, with his law in their hearts and his dwelling in their midst. They were being redeemed, transformed from the inside out. Thanks for watching. If this story resonates with you, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content that explores these powerful themes of faith and transformation.